Hey guys, it's Tony. How you doing? I did get a request on my Patreon for Westwater Resources to do a quick TA, so I will be doing this one right now. I have not really heard too much about Westwater. I think for the most part, I'm assuming it's more of a governmental play. To be honest, like I said, I have no idea what Westwater does, what Westwater is. As of right now, I'm basically just doing a blind TA because I don't know what the company is, right? But we'll start by setting the resistance. It looks like it's been trading sideways since what? It's been trading sideways for almost a year now, which pretty it kind of sucks because I know there's apart from the person who asked me on my Patreon to do a quick TA on this. Just in general, I know it sucks when some people hold positions for a long time and they don't move. That is something that I've definitely dealt with before. It happened to me with RKT. RKT's been trading pretty bad for the last year or so. It's really just been trading sideways. Thankfully, I have a big position, and all I've been doing really is selling calls. So I try to sell weekly calls on RKT. And it definitely offsets the losses or offsets the fact that I'm in it and it's not really moving, right? So again, if you are in positions where you have at least 100 shares of a specific stock, I do recommend selling calls. I don't know if you guys know how to sell calls or not. I'll try to release a video on how to do it, but you need at minimum at least 100 shares of a company to sell calls. And it definitely helps to offset the cost of what you paid for it, and just holding a little bit long term, it definitely helps. So I gotta go. First of all, I gotta say, you guys know I hate charts that look like this. It's been consistently going on the downside for years. I mean, we're going back to what, 2009, and it's still going down. I mean, when did it hit peak? What, November 1st of 2007. I mean, it's trading back at what, 2003 levels. Wow, that is really, really sad. I haven't really seen a company like this in a very long time. So it started trading when? Back in the 90s. Wow, it really started trading a long time ago. I got to admit, this does not look good immediately just from what I'm seeing right now. It doesn't look good at all. For a company to be consistently moving up and down like that, I would never in 100 years recommend Westwater Resources. It just looking at the actual chart, the chances of this ticker moving back up to previous highs or going back to the 20s, 30s, 40s is extremely small. I guess the ticker doesn't even tend to move a lot when it comes to the cross on the bullish monthly, right? So it crossed here. Yeah, I mean, it went from $17 to 17. I mean, it doubled on the last monthly trigger. It went from what, on the last bullish month, it went from what, $38 to 57. So it does have a tendency to double in price when the monthly gets hit, and it does look like it's gonna create another bullish month maybe in the next month or two. So I would definitely say maybe in I would give it till the end of the year for it to probably double from $3 to maybe hit something like $6. I don't think it's gonna be previous highs of $14. It doesn't seem likely at all. The monthly looks horrible. The overall chart on this looks extremely bad. So immediately I would just tell you, do not ever, I wouldn't touch this with a 100-foot pole. This is honestly one of the worst companies and charts that I've seen in my entire life. It looks extremely bad. But if you're looking at actually trading this, it does look like it's going to be nearing a bullish cross on the weekly. I'd say at most this you probably have a really good chance of it going to 445, maybe even $5.72. I'm not gonna stick too much on. I'm not gonna do too much TA on this because I immediately know this is a bad trade. I wouldn't recommend this. I wouldn't recommend this as a long-term play. It actually looks on the daily. It looks like it's gonna come all the way back down again. Yeah, this does not look good. I mean, if anything, I can probably see it doing something like this from where price is currently at. I'll probably see it go down, you know, to 343. Bound when it finally closes a bullish week, I can see it go up, and then you can probably expect something like this. I can definitely see this going first to like $3.40 and possibly rebounding if the week closes a bullish week, rebounding to the upside to maybe those highs of $4.45. I mean, it has really good resistance up there, and it has a history of going back up there, you know, for at least a couple months or so. So I wouldn't be surprised if you go down, bounce all the way back up, and then shoot down. But I think there's a lot of risk involved in this play, or in this ticker specifically, where I wouldn't get into this, right? Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually does something like this. So I really only have two scenarios. I would say this is your bear scenario, and then you have your really bear. There is no bullish case, or there is no bullish scenario for me. I think you can either go down, retest this 342, go back up at most 445, and then completely dump to the low side, or you actually go down to 342, you don't even retest it at all, and it completely and it keeps going down, right? Again, you can probably cross this, go back, retest 342, and then go down. But I think ultimately you should definitely stay away from this company. I think that, you know, if we do see 445 by the end of the year, which is possible in the next couple of weeks or so, maybe, I would say, unfortunately, I would, if I had a position in this, I would sell everything, even if I had to take a loss, because long term, this company looks like it's going to keep going down. And it's unfortunate if, you know, if this person has, you know, a big position. I don't know if they do or not. You know, they just requested a TA, and, you know, and I hate doing TAs like this because, you know, it's one of those cases where I don't see a way out, you know, depending on where they actually bought this. Because if they actually bought, if their average is over 445, I don't see this ticker going back over 445 for a very long time, unless you have some insanely huge news for Westwater where it immediately, like, you know, it skyrockets the price, right? But I think ultimately by the end of the year, I would be more surprised to not see this under $3.42. And I think that's really all I have to say about this company. Like I said, unfortunately, I would wait a little bit. Maybe if it goes back to 445, I would completely cash out of everything. I would take the loss if I had to take a loss. Personally, that's what I would do. But I think it's going to go down. Everything looks like it's going to keep going down. The daily, it's already losing bearish. It's already losing bullish momentum. The weekly looks like it might go to the upside a little bit. I say, you know, I would say don't sell now. Wait till you actually have a bullish cross. And because you do follow me on my Patreon, I will be releasing my reverse MACD. So you will have access to when this actually closes on the bull side or a bull week, right? So you'll be able to tell, right? But again, you know, if I had to guess, I'd say it's going to go down 342, 341, possibly run to 445, and then dump all the way back down. I just don't see this breaking previous relative highs of like 572. And if it does, I would think it's a complete miracle. I don't think there's any chance of this going back up, and I wouldn't touch this company forever. I don't think I would ever do anything with this company personally. But again, I hope this helps you out. I would recommend not selling yet. I'd recommend wait to see what happens when that bullish close for the weekly. See if it does run a 445. At 445, I would probably sell out of mostly everything. If you want to be a little bit risky, maybe hold like 10% of the position, see if it goes to 572. But even then, you know, I wouldn't risk it. There's definitely better companies that you can put your money in. You can probably buy Amazon right now, and you'll more than likely, you know, make back your losses from Westwater if you do have losses on Amazon over a little bit longer term hold, right? So I always recommend having a long-term portfolio. I love Amazon, Microsoft, Apple. That should always be, you know, your solid first investment, right? But again, you know, this company just does not look good. This ticker looks horrible. The chart looks horrible. I think at most it goes to 445 and then possibly drops down to 342, and a strong chance that it keeps dropping down under 342. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.